If you are suffering from sciatic problem, then you do not want to miss this pose from your practice. So let's dig into it. Namaste and welcome to Namaste Yoga. My name is Surabhi. I am a yoga teacher. The goal of my channel is to tell you all those little tips and tricks that many yoga teachers know, but somehow in class setting they do not get conveyed to the students. Sciatica is a very major problem. I have personally gone through this problem and trust me, it was horrible. The pain I used to feel on the right side of back of my leg all the way down to my toes. I was not able to walk. I was not able to do anything and driving was horrible. But let's not get into that. I have made another video about all of that. Today is all about that one pose that you do not want to miss if you are suffering from sciatica problem, and that is pigeon pose or Kapotasana. Kapotasana gives a deep stretch to your hip muscles and really releases the sciatica nerve. Now, just like I do in all of my videos, I know every person is different, their flexibility level is different. So we are going to dissect Kapotasana all the way through. So no matter where you are able to grasp it and do it slowly. Whether you are absolutely not flexible at all, I will show you what is the alternate of Kapotasana. And once you can do the alternate, get your flexibility, then you can do Kapotasana. I will also tell you, if you are a little bit flexible, how you can use the prop. In this case, we will be using a blanket and you can do the pose properly. So please follow the instructions precisely and watch the video till the end, because I will keep on adding some information. So let's dissect Kapotasana. First of all, come on all four. So you can easily go in downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Keep the blanket close to you so you can grab it whenever you need it. So first you inhale, and when you exhale, as you are exhaling, come in downward facing dog. Now here, if you are not flexible, if you have your knees bent, it's okay, don't worry about it. Just make sure your shoulders are open. You are not going like this. Open your shoulders like that. Then as you inhale, raise your right leg up, and as you exhale, bring it in between your hands like this. And then make sure that your back foot is flexed properly like that. Now, if you are not flexible and you are trying to keep your hip on the ground, obviously your body is going to go like this. So this hip is going to come up like that. In Kapotasana, we have to make sure that both of the hips are facing forward. If you are tight and this hip is up, what you can do is use the blanket and give support to the opposite hip. So once this hip is supported, the other hip goes down. Just to make this clear, whichever leg is straight, if you are tight, that hip will come up in the air. In order to keep it down, use the blanket underneath the opposite side. So this is how you can train your body, train your muscles to become flexible. And in this pose, you should be feeling a good stretch on your right hip, or whichever leg is folded, that hip. Okay, once you have this, inhale, straighten your spine. And as you exhale, keeping your spine straight, don't go hunchback like this. Spine straight. As you exhale, start spreading your hands forward, keeping your spine straight, and go down. Again, stop, inhale, exhale, down. Like that. Now here, if you cannot go all the way down, what you can do is use the yoga block and rest your forehead on the block. Now you can use it according to your flexibility. If you are not at all flexible, you can use it higher and stay here, or this way or this way. So figure out your flexibility level and do it accordingly. Now once you are fully in the pose, it is also important to get out of the pose properly. So as you inhale, lift your head up, bring your chest up and palms on the ground like this. And then tuck your toe, curl your toe back, the behind toe. Then as you inhale, raise yourself up so your leg goes all the way up. Exhale down. So this is how you do Kapotasana. Now we are going to do this one more time. This time I will show you from the other leg. And we will try to go in a flow. So first on all four. Then inhale first. On the exhale, come in downward facing dog. Then inhale, leg up. Exhale, bring it in between your hands. And your back foot goes straight like that. Now here pause, see yourself, what is your posture, if you are comfortable or not. If you are not and your hip is coming up like this, then you try to keep it down and put a blanket underneath the opposite hip. Once you have this position, once both of the hips are squared to the ground, then you move forward. Inhale, exhale, bend forward like this. And figure out, if you cannot go all the way to the ground, you can use the block. Once you want to come out of the pose, again as you inhale, come back up, relax, take another pause, tuck your toe back in, inhale, raise your leg all the way up, exhale down and relax. So this is how you do the whole pose. Now few pointers that you need to make sure. First of all, only do as much as you can. Don't overdo it in your first try, because then you might feel tight. The next day you will not be able to do it at all. So go slow. Use the prop as much as you can. If this blanket is too thin, if your hip is too high and you need a thicker blanket, use 2 blankets, 3 blankets, doesn't matter. Use the prop so you are in the pose properly. If the geometry of your body is correct, you are in the pose properly, then you can reap the benefits of the pose fully. Once you are fully in the pose, whether you are using the block, whether you are using the blanket, it doesn't matter. Once you are fully in the pose, then stay for at least 30 to 45 seconds. If you are training your muscles to become flexible, then it is important that you keep them stretched for a longer period of time. Just like an elastic band. If it is a new elastic, obviously when you stretch it, it is going to be very tight. And if you don't hold it long, just you do this, again it's going to be very tight. If you want to loosen it up, you have to keep it stretched a little longer. So stay in the pose for at least 30 to 45 seconds and then come out of the pose. Pay close attention to the breathing pattern. Once you are in the pose, when you are staying for 30-45 seconds, breathe normally. Don't hold your breath. So this was the whole Kapotasana. Now what if for any reason you absolutely cannot do Kapotasana? How do you stretch your hip muscles or how do you release your sciatic nerve? There is another option which is the alternative of Kapotasana. Now, in this pose does not go as deep in your hip muscle as Kapotasana, but you can do it as a starter. For that, lie down on the mat. Keep a yoga belt handy, if just like this. Make sure it's long enough. Once you lie down on the mat, first of all, take few belly breaths. So we are going to tilt our pelvic. Just watch very carefully. When I inhale, belly goes up and there is a slight gap between my lower back and the ground. When I exhale, tilt my pelvic, so there is no gap and tummy goes down. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, like that. Now after you exhale, remember this position, keep this position and keep breathing. So you see my core is engaged, my lower back is touching the ground, but I am still breathing. Keep this position, then bring your right ankle on your left knee like this. So you are making a figure 4. Then through your leg, take your hand and hold on to your leg. Now inhale first. On the exhale, press your legs towards your chest like this. Now why this belt? Just in case you cannot reach your leg, what you can do is keep your belt like this, then bring your leg up, and you can use the belt to pull your legs towards you like that. So see your flexibility level. If you cannot hold on to your leg like this, you can use the belt as a lever. And once you are in this position, again keep breathing, do not hold your breath. If you are not flexible, your hip joints are not flexible, you might not be able to keep your lower back on the ground. You will see that this happens, the whole lower back, the tailbone comes up. Try not to do that. Try to keep your tailbone on the ground and then bring your legs towards you as much as you can. And you're going to feel a good stretch on your hip, whichever leg is on the top, that hip. And once you have to release, inhale, exhale, leg down. So this is the alternate of Kapotasana. So we are going to do this one more time. The breath I showed you, tilting the pelvic, please remember that, because that will keep your tailbone on the ground. Once your tailbone, your lower back is on the ground, core is engaged, keep this position, then bring your leg on the other knee. Inhale, hold on to your leg. Exhale, press it down towards you. Then keep breathing. Hold this pose for at least 30 to 45 seconds. Once you want to release, inhale, exhale, leg down and relax. So this is how you do Kapotasana. Make sure you do it at least twice a day if you are suffering from severe sciatic problem. Links to all the props that you need to do this pose properly are in the description box. You can click on them and buy them if you need to. If you have any other question, please feel free to write them in the comment box. I would love to answer that. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, or you can also follow me on my website, where you can find lots of other videos for your daily yoga practice or pranayama practice or pranayama course. If you have not done so, please subscribe to the channel and click on the notification bell so you will be getting notified when my next video is coming. I wish you all a very happy and healthy day. Namaste.